Hello community, welcome back to JinZ channel, and today we're back another video of chess. Let me ask you something, okay? What's the difference between a 400 elo player and a 1200 elo player? Well, 400 elo player knows nothing about chess. They just know how to move pieces. That's all. At best, they know how to castle. Okay. A 1200 elo player knows half of the theories only. So there are two main things in chess. Okay, one is attack, and two is to defend. And 1200 elo player knows how to attack. They don't know how to defend, and that's why they tend to hang the pieces. And in this video, I will showcase you 3 games or 4 games, and I will show you a surprise in the last part of the video. Okay, I will show you 3 main games and show you why a 1200 elo player can hang their pieces like out of nowhere. For no reasons. Maybe they calculated wrongly, they miscalculated, or they just forgot that they are being attacked. Okay, so I'm taking this victim. Okay, this 1200 elo player is not a new made account. Okay, they have played chess for like almost a year now, I guess, if I remember correctly, almost a year. Oh yeah, almost a year, over a year, if you will, and they are experienced, just as a 1200 elo. They are not a beginner, okay, who just made an account, but they also hang the pieces. Okay, so stick with me. Let's get straight into the first game, and I start with white, and I play very normally. I play e4, and he start with the French defense, and I start with d4, and then he play classical variations, I mean normal variation, I think, and we take, and it's exchange and knight variation. Wow, there is a lot of variation for the French defense. Okay, and then see, classical attack. Okay, well, Petrov defense. Okay, that's new. Okay, so whatever, we develop our knight and we do stuff. We develop our pieces, develop our bishop, and in this position, I think I can go for either of these squares. So I play bishop to d2, which is a fine move. He develop his bishop, and I develop his bishop. He takes, and we exchange pieces. And the problem with bishop to bishop to d2 is that you are leaving your king quite opened. So the queen here is to check the king for no reason. I mean, it's kind of a useless check. You don't need to check too quick in the opening. Okay, so I defend it. He castle, and I want to castle long, so I move my queen here and also protect this knight. Yeah, he move, and I take, and he develop his knight, and I castle long, of course, and this is an interesting move, because it is a very aggressive move, attacking both of my pieces here, like fork my pieces. So I have to take it somehow, and I calculated that I was about to take with the bishop, but the knight can take it, and then I can take back. But I feel like that knight would be pretty useless because it attacks nobody. It attacks no one else. Okay, so I was thinking of taking with the knight and if his knight takes the knight. If his knight take, then I can take with the bishop and aiming at his knight. But that did not happen. So he moved his queen to here for no reasons, and I feel like, my knight is under attack. This knight, I can go here to attack his queen. And one thing that I didn't know, that it coincidentally forks. It forks the queen and the rook, which is nice, I guess. Nice, very nice. So his queen runs away, and I take his rook, and he takes back. And then I have no idea what to play next. So I just push my pawn. So because if he actually takes, then I can take and aim at aim at his knight as well. But it's not a bad move. But I guess chess.com was being mean to me, being mean to us intermediate players. You know, so he moved his rook back here to to pin my knight. So I think at this point I was being very greedy, so I pushed my pawn again to kind of attack, because if he take this, then I can have this. Oh wait, no. If he takes, then nothing will happen. I guess I was just being greedy to attack his knight. I was still stupid. So he could have taken. He could have taken. Yeah. And if I take with a pawn, then he has this check, which is very scary to say the least. But he was scary. So he was scared of my pawn, so he ran away. But this is a really good move because it opens the rook and pins and actually pins my knight this time. He could have been more aggressive by taking the knight, yeah. But then I attacked his bishop and kind of forcing to trade. One thing that I didn't know that while playing this game is that he can just, when he takes my knight and my pawn takes back, he can just take. And this is a very scary position for white, because if the king moves somewhat like to the left, then white has knight to e4, attacking the queen. And if your queen ever runs away for e2, the knight can go here and fork 3 fucking pieces. That's scary. That is absolutely scary. And it's mate in 2. It is mate in 2. Wow. Okay, that is a very strong move. But that did not happen. That did not happen at all. So he did. My opponent luckily didn't see that. So he moved his bishop back, and when your bishop moves to a5, in theory you should move you should push your pawn to b4, because and at that point your bishop have to move here. It has no other way. Okay, if it takes, then the pawn just simply take. So I was a very nerdy guy. I followed the theory and I played pawn to b4, which is another blunder made by me, because he could have just played knight to e4 again, attacking my queen. And if oh yeah, my knight can't take because of the pin. Okay, so if I ever run my queen to anywhere else, it's not a disaster. Okay, it's just disastrous. You can just take that. And what are you gonna do? Like take? What are you gonna do then? Alright, you can't do shit. If you're gonna run your queen, if you're gonna run your king, then I have c4. This, yep. It's deadly. It's a deadly move. But I guess my opponent is very nerdy as well, and he learned some theories, so he moved his bishop back, which is kind of saved me some chances, I guess. There's one move that can save me and can make this game a draw. That is the move bishop to b6, because I didn't know that this was the only move, because I don't want his bishop to go here and attack. Okay, that would be pretty scary, because his opponent can get a bit closer to my king. So I take first. Okay, I take first without knowing that it was a great move. Okay, it improves my position a little bit. Now in this position, he can take, or he can take with a queen. Both are fine. One thing that I didn't anticipate is that he played knight to c4. I mean, I kind of understand him because it forks 2 of my pieces, but okay, I have no idea what to play next. I could play bishop to c5, attacking his queen, but I thought that he could have just taken with a rook, but I forgot that this pawn is protecting it. But I didn't really see that bishop to c5 is a good move. I didn't see it because this queen can just run away anywhere she wants. And also my queen is under attack, so I have to move my queen somewhere that defend herself, defend my position, and as well as trying my best to attack the king, somehow to find a back rank mate. Okay, I have 2 rooks here, he has 1 rook, so it is very easy to back rank check, to back rank mate him. So I played it. I played queen to e2, which is the blunder. It's a blunder because he can just he can just take my bishop now, and kind of I mean I kind of already think of sacrificing my bishop for a back rank mate. I guess I can make it work somehow, but I guess it didn't really work out very much. But my opponent played a very odd move, which is knight to a3, which is a miss. I know it's not a bad move, but it is a miss. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know what the knight is attacking. Maybe my opponent is just greedy of 1 pawn, so he can kind of takes it. And then now I realize that oh no, it's been like I've been hanging my bishop for like almost like 2 moves now, so I have to move it. I have to move to c5. I have to move it because he can't take it. He can't take it. He can't take it. He can't take it, so he has to run his queen. So and he can check, and I move his. I could have just defended or trade the queens, but I play king to b2 to attack his knight. So his knight moved back to check my queen again and my king again. So I moved up to attack his knight. This is the king's knight as well. The king's and the knight relationship here. The knight can just check the king as many as it can, but the king can always move along and attack. Try to attack the knight. This and this and this and this. The kings and the kings and the knight is a best friend. They're best friend. And in this position, my opponent play. My opponent he has a lot of move. He can play here. He can't play here. He can't play here. Not really here. Not really here. Can't be here as well. Not really here. He has 1 safe move. He has 1 safe square, which is knight to e5. He didn't play it though. He wants to trade. Where is it? He wants to trade. So yeah, I accept the trade. I trade. Yep. And then he played a very disgusting move. Oh wait, no. This it's my turn. Okay. So in this position, I kind of run out of plans. We have traded all of the pieces. So I continue my plan to back rank checkmate him somehow. Okay. So I move my rook here. A reasonable move. He moved his pawn. I think I can. At this point, I can just move up. But it would be pretty scary because he can go here, and if I take, then he can go here and take my knight. So I take it, and then he moved his rook here to kind of attack my pawn. So I take my king to a4 to protect the pawn. Yeah, and then he played a very weird move, which is pawn to b6, which is a pretty reasonable move because I can't take it. This pawn is to take this pawn. Okay, so I kind of ignored it because I kind of ignored that pawn. I can't let the pawn take this. Okay, I can't let his b pawn take my a pawn. So I move up. Because I know that this pawn is being protected by the king, by my queen. I know that he should not take my pawn because it's being protected by my queen. But for some reason, he played rook to a6. Bro, my bro, what are you? He resigned. He kind of resigned, and then he invited me another match. He invited me into another match. This is just the beginning, man. This is only the beginning. Okay, I think in this game he hung the rook. He also hung some. Let me see. I think he kind of hung his knight somewhere. Oh, he hung his bishop, and without taking the bishop. he didn't take the bishop back, so he kind of, theoretically hung his bishop. Why? Why, man? Why didn't you take with the pawn, man? Why? So in the second game, I play with the black. Okay, we play a pretty decent game. I played the Scandinavian. My beloved opening. Yeah, he played that, and I played this. Pawn to c5 is a bit rushed. Pawn to c6 is a more reasonable move because it attacks the knight. It disallows the knight to go here. But I want to try some more variations of this Scandinavian defense. I always play c6. Also, I want to experiment with the c5. Okay. So he develop, I develop, he develop, I develop. Oh, I takes. Yeah, he takes. He could have taken with the queen. That would be more aggressive. I develop. He castle. I develop my knight to here, which is a mistake because for some reason my opponent can just pin my pawn. And he retreat, and I'm planning to sorry, excuse me. I just had lunch like 30 minutes ago. I'm planning to develop my bishop, and he moved his pawn to, for some reason. Oh yeah, I think he moves here to go here and attack my queen. Okay, I can see his point. So I move here. Apparently I can just I could have just trade, because to ignore this, to run away from the pawn to b4. I think that's a more reasonable move, but I didn't really see it. I just want to develop my bishop and attack his knight. And then he played this move for no reason, because he kind of rushed. But I think he could play this and this. I don't know why, but I think he kind of rushed that move. But I know it's a reasonable move because I can't take it with the knight, because the knight is protecting it. And in this position, I kind of ran out of idea. I shouldn't really take right now, because that's kind of fast and it kind of useless. It can open with his queen. He can develop his queen. So I play I attack his bishop to force some trade here. I kind of force the trade. Yeah. And in this position he played b4, which is a fine move. Yeah, attacking my queen. So I take. You know why I take with the bishop? To harming me? No! If you take, I can take your rook! That's called a sacrifice, by the way. That's not a blunder. That's a sacrifice. Okay, so in this position, he has many moves. Okay, he can play. He can retreat his knight here. Okay, because if I take, then he will have like this, attacking my queen. And if I ever move my queen somewhere like here, he has the fork. He has this royal fork. Very scary for black. Okay, but he didn't see it. He played the worst possible move. I'm sorry. Did you actually think that this is a checkmate, Mr. Rudes Villas? Did you actually think that this is a a checkmate? Because I'm having my knight here. But even if I didn't have my knight here, I can still run my queen, my king. Okay, I can still run my king away. I can still run my king to f8. Excuse me? What? You hung your queen? Bro, you are 1200 elo player. You hung your fucking queen. What? Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. I take, he takes. Oh yeah, he go there for some reason. He kind of had some, for some reason. I don't know why, but he play pawn to e4, e5. I think he kind of regretted his choice now and kind of played random moves, and he already decided that he would die anyway. But I think it is a pretty reasonable move, because if he takes, then I can't take his bishop back, you know. But I take it. He forgot that his bishop was being attacked. Oh no! Oh hell no! Hell no! You're trying to attack my king? What's the point anymore? What's the point anymore, man? What is the point anymore? He kind of developed his bishop, and I move here, yeah, and he wanted to develop his bishop to attack my rook. But one thing that we forgot, that he also hung his knight. My opponent resigned a second time. In this very game, he hung 3 fucking pieces. First he hung the queen, then he hung his bishop, and then finally he hung his knight. And that's not all. That's not all. My opponent was kind of angry, and he wanted to invite me to another match. He wants a rematch. Okay, I accept it. I accept your rematch. I accept your invitation. Okay. Now in this position, I play very normally. I play e4. He played the French defense, and at this point, I kind of think, you play the French defense regularly because you're French. Yeah, that's why you play the French defense. I see. Very funny of you. If only that there was Vietnamese defense, which would be very awesome, but there isn't. But if there were, I would play all the time. Okay, I would play all the time. So we attack regularly. We develop we are developed. Like, this is a match that kind of look like it's. The first 4 moves is exactly the first match that we had, okay? But in this position, he played a little variation. He played I developed my knight. He played pawn to c5. I mean I don't know why, but he okay, alright, he wants to develop his bishop. Sure, I will let him develop his bishop. We develop our pieces, we develop, and again, bishop to e3 would be a better move, because I always forget that my king is being opened. Okay, my king is being opened here. I always forgot about that. I mean, e3 could have been a better move, where we could have had trade and my pawn could have centralized it. But yeah, I don't know. I block with the knight, and he developed. And I moved my king up to kind of a long castle, and he pushed his pawn for no reason. I think if I'm greedy, I think he thinks that I'm greedy, that I will take this pawn, and he will attack, and he will attack, and he will attack. Okay. But I'm not that greedy, okay? I'm not that greedy of a person. I long castled first. He played and we kind of had a trade of pawns, yeah, and then he moved here, which is a blunder. You know why it's a blunder? Because I don't know why it's a blunder. Honestly, guys, I have no idea why is it a blunder. Well, in the match, I had no idea why, but in the review, I finally understand why this is a blunder, because I can just sacrifice my bishop for a queen, and now I'm simply one rook up. I didn't see that though, but that's very aggressive, very nice. Wow. I wish I could see it though, but I didn't. And then I kind of run my bishop away because I don't want to trade right now. I run away and kind of pinning the pawn here, yeah. And then we had a trade of queens, and I moved here. The reason why I didn't take with the king, because that would be a pretty bad move, and it opens the king. And also I played here because so I can just double up my rook. Okay, that's basic theory. And bishop to f5 just to develop the bishop. It doesn't really attack anybody. Really, it doesn't attack anybody. No, it's just development, you know. And then yep, I doubled up my rooks. He retreats his knight, and then I'm planning to attack this bishop here, okay, and then he moves his here. I kind of ignore that. I don't want to run my knight anywhere else because that would be pretty useless, so I attacked his bishop, and we had a trade, and then yeah, he runs back. Reasonable move. We had a trade of bishops, and then he played, yeah, and then we develop our pieces once again, and I run away from the attack. Okay, I run away. And then he takes, and then I take, and then oh yeah, run away from the attack once again. And then he played that. Yeah, I pushed my pawn to attack his knight. And then he played a pretty questionable move, to say the least. Questionable. He retreats his knight here. He could have just played here and kind of like, you know, if I take, then he would take, okay? Kind of attack the bishop here. But the move knight to c6 allows me to take. And if he ever takes it, if he ever takes, then I would have something like, yeah, e5. Yeah, that is a cool trade for white, okay. But there's a blunder. It is a blunder. But in my view, as talking from a perspective of a 1200 elo, it's not a bad move. You know, it's not a bad move. It's just a fair trade. But I didn't trade. Because I want my opponent to go here so I can take with the bishop and kind of attack this diagonal, you know. So I push my pawn here for seemingly no reason, just kind of hanging my pawn, there, and then he retreats his knight, and I take. That's a free pawn though. That's pretty much a free pawn, but I don't know why the computer says it's a blunder. Okay, so he moved. I trade now, and I move my king away. And in this position, I play the bishop to c5 to, you know, run away. He played that, and I played this. I mean, it's kind of a slow move, but I wanna double up my rook. You know, I don't wanna trade right now. I just wanna double up my rook and kind of take all of his pawn. We're in the end game now. Okay, so there's no need for trade. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to trade as well because I'm really bad at end games. So I really need my 2 rooks to be alive, at least 2 rooks. Okay, or else I'm dying. I would be dying. So my opponent played this to you know, check my king, and I run away, and he He what? He what? Bro, what's the purpose? What is the purpose of playing rook to c2 without taking the pawn? You are literally forking me. You are literally forking. What's the point? Do you think that this is check? Do you think that? No! My bishop is here, man! My opponent resigned. He hung his rook. He hung one of the most powerful pieces in the endgame phase. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This isn't even a trade, man. This isn't even a trade. Like, what's... You're dying. Like, you're mate in 4 right now. Mate in 4. Like, yeah, you are mate in 4, pretty much. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable match between 1200 ELO players. And you know what the title says? You can become 1200 ELO player today, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't planned the title yet. But you might be asking, Jenny, this may be just an exceptional of a bad 1200 ELO player. I can't just become a 1200 ELO player just by not hanging my pieces. You know, maybe you're just too good and not hanging your pieces. You know, not all 1200 ELO players hang the pieces, right? Right? Well, on the same day that I have 3 winning streaks, in the same day, in this position, I hung my rook and potentially my queen. So my dear viewers, you can become 1200 ELO players today, because boy oh boy are we fucking bad. Get out of here.